It's not unheard of for consumers electric companies to enter the automobile sector, just think of Oppo or Waymo, but it's still a significant step. Even though we won't see an Apple car for a few more years, people are already making assumptions about how it would operate. Consider, for example, a navigation center designed like an iPad with cutting-edge safety measures. Before we start, hey there! Welcome back to Investing Wise Academy. This is Jules, and if you are new to this channel, please subscribe and be updated for more upcoming videos like this. What date will Apple car will be available? Since CEO Tim Cook purportedly gave his okay to a car project called Titan in 2014, rumors of an Apple automobile have been circulating. It was said that Apple had employed a transmission engineer and former head of research and development at Mercedes-Benz. Cook stated in an interview from November 2021 that the corporation is concentrating on autonomy and AI. But according to reports, even Steve Jobs, a co-founder of Apple, wanted to create the iCar. Slow-moving details over time have revealed. However, the company's interest building an automobile is more vital than ever. The New York Times reported in 2015 that Apple hired Torc Robotics to retrofit sensors into two Lexus SUVs as part of a project known Baja. In 2016, Reuters reported that Apple is now talking to charging station businesses about their underlying technology. One person with knowledge of the topic said, "The talks, which not have been disclosed, do not concern charging for electric cars used by Apple employees, a service the company currently provides. Instead," the person added, "they show that Apple is focusing on a car." Apple applied for a patent in 2016 for a system that would inform passengers of what autonomous vehicle was about to do. California gave Apple permission to test driverless cars in 2017, and Bloomberg reported that the corporation was focused on autonomous systems. There were 27 autonomous vehicles registered with the California DMV in 2018. Drive AI, a software startup that employs AI to create self-driving automobile systems, was purchased by Apple in 2019. The source stated that suppliers in Taiwan were ramping up manufacturing in Q2 2021 and that the automobile was supposedly scheduled to appear in 2021. For the construction of the Apple car to start in 2024, it was widely reported that Apple was in talks with Toyota and Korean partners in 2021. Bloomberg's Mark Gurman said in 2021 that Apple intended to announce the self-driving car in 2025 with a potential release date following a few years later. Apple is presently testing its technology in a fleet of 69 Lexus SUVs. Self-driving sensors in a new CPU design make up the technology. In 2022, Apple hired a former Lamborghini executive to head the design of its electric vehicle and added 10 drivers to its autonomous vehicle development. According to analyst Ming-Chi Kuo, the Apple car project team has disbanded for some time, said that a swift reformation would be required to start mass production by 2025. Later, Kuo provided an update indicating that Apple will probably form a new team before 2023. Despite Apple's long-standing interest in self-driving cars, it's safe to predict that we won't see one for a while. Nevertheless, we'll extrapolate from Gurman's most recent prediction and anticipate that, give or take a year, you'll be able to purchase the first Apple automobile sometime in 2027. Before we continue, if you want to support this channel more, you might want to try our super thanks, wherein your comments will be highlighted, or join our membership program for more. Apple car price speculation. Apple and low prices don't go hand in hand. No matter the Apple branded item, premium pricing is to be expected because Apple items aren't for inferior quality. So it's reasonable to expect their self-driving electric car to cost a lot of money and follow suit. Looking at what other businesses are doing is the only way to price the automobile thus far in advance of its introduction. Depending on the amenities you want your luxury car to have, you can find a range of prices for them from rival manufacturers like Tesla and Lucid Motors. You may spend anywhere from about $40,000 to $170,000 on just those two. There may be a lower-end model without auto-driving or the same features as more expensive version of numerous variants. If so, a less costly yet upscale Apple-branded electric car might be available for roughly $35,000, which is much closer to what it is considered affordable. Since the iPhone is so widely used, it may be tempting to believe that Apple is in the business of pricing its goods such as the most consumers can afford them. However, the iPhone, as well as the Apple Watch, MacBook, and other goods, is not the cheapest smartphone available. Hence, the price is not the primary factor in why most consumers pick Apple products. On the other hand, quality and brand loyalty are strong incentive to stay with any business. It makes it reasonable, given Apple's previous products, that it would create an automobile that is superior to every other vehicle on the road and made top-notch, intelligent, safe, and user-friendly materials. This will be an expensive vehicle if the panorama renders are accurate. In other words, a cheap Apple automobile might not be in the works. Likely, buying one outright might not be possible, even without considering $100,000 price tag some people speculate about, as some believe the car will be offered through subscription service. Although 26% of drivers say that they're certainly interested in purchasing an Apple automobile, we won't know for sure until a formal announcement is made. Pre-order details. Pre-orders may start a year or more before the Apple car is released. This strategy has also been employed by other next-generation automakers such as Tesla, Canoo, and Aptera have also used this strategy. How the Apple car could operate. Nobody can explore the Apple car features at this early stage, but since there are currently some smart cars on the road, we're not entirely in the dark when speculating about what Apple cars is most likely to be like. Self-driving. According to the most recent updates, Apple will approach its car from a fully autonomous perspective. The Society of Automotive Engineers (SAE) refers to Level 5 if you're familiar with SAE. This entails at most a steering wheel and no pedals. Complete automation. Of course, depending on the laws in force at the time of release, having manual override options available will be required or even desirable should be the driving mechanic malfunction. We don't believe Apple will enter the automobile market with self-driving vehicle as its flagship product. So instead of quickly transitioning to a version without steering wheel, it makes more sense to start with a smarter average car with lane assistance, semi-pilot, etc. It's crucial to frame this properly. The Apple automobile probably won't be available on the market until a few years. There will be a new technology available by then. What will fuel the autonomous vehicle's intelligence? According to MacRumors, the CPU under development may be based on the processor used in Apple's other products. The Elect claims that Apple is working with a Korean OSAT company to develop the semiconductor modules and packages for the car. In the late 2021, purportedly Apple.com discovered a patent that describes warning system that might be integrated with a vehicle, such as notifications and outside text addressing speed, the condition of approaching vehicles, or when it is in self-driving mode. Other details it could display include forecasted weather, the likelihood of collisions, neighboring traffic bottlenecks, etc. One of the main concepts behind this car is that it will employ sensors to analyze surrounding environment to allow navigation with little to no input, as reiterated in a patent granted in January 2022 for guiding autonomous cars in destination vicinities using intent signals. The brains behind the whole operation are another aspect of self-driving. Apple collaborates with a Korean supplier on a centralized OS that runs the entire vehicle. The source claims that the business will implement Tesla-type autonomous vehicle architecture, which uses a domain control unit (DCU) technique to manage many electronic controls units (ECU) in an AP that serves as the brain. In May 2022, a patent claims titled Guidance of Autonomous Vehicles in Destination Vicinities Using Intent Signals was published. It described how a user can still direct the vehicle's path while it is self-driving. The patent also suggests another method for how this could work when a drop-down menu on a screen provides various options, so you're telling the car what to do via text interface. In other words, I'd like to buy some plants for my garden. When a passenger says it in the vicinity of a store, the car might then determine that the vehicle should preferably be parked near an entrance marked gardening or gardening supplies. Ride-sharing businesses will move towards self-driving technology, and it appears that Apple will follow suit. This patent, which Apple obtained for autonomous vehicle base cab, was discovered by purportedly Apple in October 2022. For instance, the user may make a transit request using the user's device, which will result in the deployment of a vehicle to pick up location. The user uses the device to authenticate the car and verify that it is the dispatch vehicle for transit request when it arrives at the pickup place. Interior. How would you spend your time in an Apple automobile if there's no steering wheel, implying that you don't need to pay attention to the road, although this level of autonomy may still be years away? According to Mark Gurman at Bloomberg, Apple has experimented with the automobile, having seating where the occupants face each other, similar to the arrangement of electric vehicle startup Canoo's lifestyle vehicle. Only the backseat passenger travel in such luxury in the car's configuration. Since EVs have more interior space than other cars, the situation becomes even more comfortable when you consider that the driver in the situation doesn't have to be on the road all the time. As a result, the front seats could just easily be adjusted so you can stretch your legs and look at everyone at once without using a rear view mirror. In January 2022, Apple received a patent for a car seat featuring a reclining mechanism. In a new automobile, a sizable display will likely be located between the two front seats to assist with navigation, audio playing, vehicle controls, etc. One rumors claim that the show of this car will be resembled on an iPad, as you could have imagined. It could be an iPad in all respects except the name. It will probably run the modified version of iPad OS that includes Apple Maps, Apple Music, Siri, and other features. It will function normally but contain toggles particular to vehicles. Apple's automobile may even come with a detachable entertainment system in the not-so-distant future so driver can still access climate control, music, etc. when they spin the chair around. Range. Although there isn't much information available now regarding range, it is anticipated that Apple's vehicle will be electric and self-driving. Most modern EVs can travel at least 250 miles between charges thanks to regenerative braking, but some can go up 400 miles and even fewer, like Aptera, can go up 1,000 miles. One example of high-end EV that might be equivalent to Apple Car is the Lucid Air, which advertises a range up to 520 miles. Furthermore, they promote as it the world's longest range electric vehicle as of late 2022. Although the exact battery capacity of Apple automobile is unknown, given the number of years it will take them to create something better than what is current vehicles, we are looking at a low-end model with a range of more than 500 miles. According to Mac rumors, Apple may even be creating an entirely new battery design to provide sufficient range by eliminating the pouches and modules that carry the battery materials. Apple is developing a monocell design that will bulk up the individual battery cells and create more room inside the battery pack. More active material will possible in a smaller container as a result. The battery technology has been compared to the first time you saw the iPhone and called next level. The concept car by Vanarama is just one possible design for the vehicle. No one can be certain, but Eric Martinez's designs indicate a smoother appearance. Safety. Automated driving has a number of requirements that make the vehicle safer than a less intelligent one. What special features would Apple add to make its automobile safer than other vehicles on the road? Because features like lane centering, automated braking, and blind spot alarms are already standard. However, this takes shape, the iPad-like display will likely play a role. In addition, Apple Insider claims Apple is working on specific measures to spare customers from driving weariness when they're on extended road journeys. If that's the case, Level 5 self-driving car technology is rendered useless because a genuinely autonomous vehicle doesn't have to worry about driver fatigue, at least not in the sense of driving concentration. Apple might need to retain the steering wheel as a fallback option if they want to claim ultimate safety. The company's other goods have safety features like automated emergency dialing and fall detection, thus its car is likely to have sensors and other predictive behaviors similar to those found in its other items. Collision hazard seems even more dangerous than other conventional cars, where everyone faces the same direction since the passenger may face each other while the vehicle is moving. However, the Apple appears to have a remedy for this issue. A patent discovered by Patently Apple in 2020 shows numerous airbags and seats set on rails that may move to make space between the people in the event of a crash. In 2022, news of another patent for strengthened windows surfaced. Charging. According to a charging station patent discovered by Patently Apple, Apple may be considering equipped cars with automatic charging systems that enable them to connect charging station without the help of the occupants. Visit the USPTO's patent 11,325,491 for more information, drawings, and details. The modular charging systems for vehicles patent, submitted in June 2022, may also speed up home charging. There will undoubtedly be wireless charging for your iPhone and iPad in this vehicle. But what about the wirelessly charging the entire vehicle? Will the Apple automobile have the same capability as some of the company's devices, which can charge one another? As absurd as it may sound, we've heard that the business has a patent that would enable vehicle-to-vehicle charging. In other words, one Apple car charging another Apple car. However, we are unable to confirm this. Although we doubt this will be the one of the car's initial capabilities, it might be some time in the future. Although this is speculative at this time, it is not impossible. Other qualities. Apple's automobile will probably function similarly given the exclusive nature of the company's messaging services, FaceTime and iMessage. Communication with other Apple car drivers on the road, or at the very least merely with other iPhone, iPad users, might be done using the built-in iPad. The typical concept of vehicle-to-vehicle communications involve vehicles being aware of one another's location for safety purposes, such as a function that warns driver to slow down when another automobile is approaching. However, it's also possible that this is an iCar messaging service for texting other Apple vehicles. The Apple Watch and iPhone will also serve as the vehicle keyless entry devices. This 2022 Apple patent that describes an electronic key assembly confirms Mark Gurman's prediction that you will be able to use your iPhone to monitor and manage your automobile, including speedometer readings, temperature adjustments, radio and seat controls, and sounding the alarm. In addition, Apple's car might eventually employ facial recognition to unlock or adapt the interior to the user when they sit down. We've also heard rumors about climate control that is hyper-targeted. This is already supported in modern automobiles, for example, to heat and cool the driver. Apple may enhance this feature with built-in sensors that target particular body parts based on the user's current body temperature's measurement. For example, chill your arm and face if they're in direct sunlight but heat the rest of your body. An Apple vehicle-related patent from 2017 describes a VR system that can help passengers who are in motion ill. Here's the summary. The virtual sights offered by the VR system might correspond visually to the passenger's actual movements. By substituting virtual worlds for the real world, the VR system may offer immersive VR experiences. To add tangible effects to the virtual experiences, active vehicle and vehicle control system may be linked with the VR system. If it is discovered that a passenger is susceptible to motion sickness or is already showing symptoms, the virtual settings may be modified to accommodate passenger. And that's it! Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Likewise, if you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more upcoming videos like this. This is Jules, and thank you for watching. Before you leave, do you want to know more about Apple Car? Well, make sure to click and watch this video here. See you there!